Okay. So, so guys, when we talk about analytics, I think there are top two tools which I would be, say that these are top two. These are Power BI and Tableau. Now the question is either Power BI or Tableau. In case you have option to learn one of them, which one to learn, right? So we really need to understand that difference. That who is the market leader, right? So I will show you some things on that part. So when we talk about Power BI, can you see my screen, guys?
Not yet.
Yet. Let it come. Okay. Now can you?
I can't.
Fine.
I can't. Yeah, now I can.
Okay. Okay. So Power BI was launched in 2014 as an advanced tool, but actually Tableau came in 2004. So there is a difference of 10 years, but still Power BI is catching up. So what are those reasons that Power BI is still could, give that competition to Tableau? Because it empowers the end users. It does not require any professional knowledge, any professional background, any analytical background to learn Power BI. In fact, a raw user sitting at home from long time, can learn Power BI. It's a self-service tool, very easy to use. You just make few clicks and you will get your reports done. I will show that when I would be jumping to the practical part, right? So this is one of the very biggest capability it has, that it generates reports on one click. It has three versions. First one is desktop, second one is pro, third one is premium. So the desktop version is totally free. You can do any practice there for a long time. Then it has paid versions. So whoever wants to understand the difference between the three versions, I would be sharing my blog with them, and you can go ahead with that after the session. If we talk about the cost part as well, that if we want to buy it, then how it's going to cost us, then $9.99 per month per user for the pro version. Premium version is more costly. It has a cloud-based model. What is the meaning of cloud? Anybody? Any idea? When we say something is cloud-based, what does it mean actually?
Data is stored at cloud-based, basically, sort of related to big data. It is like we can store humongous amount of data there at cloud. So that's what I
Excellent. So
get here.
basically, we can store data at one place, and from that one place, anybody can access it, whomever we are giving the access. So, what features it offers to us? Mobility, right? If you are working on an Excel sheet, if you're working on your desktop, then either you have to mail it to you or you have to carry that data with you in pen drive. You cannot share it with your manager, with your teammates otherwise. But in this case, what happens? You're working on a cloud based model. So whatever you do, whatever you save, it gets saved there. And from there only you can give the access to the another user. This is called cloud based model. When you create your account on Microsoft for Power BI, you need either an educational email address or work email address. It does not allow a Gmail to log in, right? It has some pre-built dashboards as well. I would be showing that. Real-time dashboard update. So real-time means once you have designed your reports and everything, and now you are updating the base data. So for example, you had data from January to June and you created your dashboard. Now you got the data for July and August as well. As soon as you update your base data by 2 more months, your dashboard, your reports will get updated automatically with that data. So basically, you can check your real-time data to graphs to visualizations. This is a wonderful feature. In case you're making a report now and then in Excel sheet, for example, and after 3 months you are generating another report. So whatever lag was there in your, whatever weaknesses were there in your production process, whatever, whichever department you are working in, you will get to know the problems after 3 months, right? When you are making a report, then only you will get to know that there was a problem in June, but I got to know now because I created the report now. But what happens with Power BI? On real time basis, you will get to know the issues and you can take actions at the right time. So this is a big capability Power BI offers. It has a secure and live connection. The wonderful feature Power BI has is predictive analysis. In case you have supplied enough data to Power BI, It will predict future for you and give you the figures. I will cover this part. So these are the basic features of Power BI, that why it is simple to learn, why it is catching up with Tableau, why it is giving competition to Tableau, why people are actually preferring Power BI over Tableau. These are the features, right? So a lot of people think that Power BI is for them, those people who are into finance department. I would say it's totally a myth. So wherever you have data, be it HR department, marketing department, or you are at any level in an organization, you can use Power BI, right? So this is a totally myth that this is for finance profile, right? So when we talk about why to use Power BI, I would say it offers you artificial intelligence. I'm going to show these features to you. It's free for basic service, real-time information, quick start, self-service tool. Guys, I'm just coming back in a second. Sorry, I'm back. So yes, so artificial intelligence is also another important part I would show to you. Mobility, I have talked about. Predictive analysis, so these are the things basically which we would be covering practically, right? So it's for everybody who wants to use data, finance, HR, sales, digital marketers, consultants, data analysis. So be it any designation, it's for all the professionals, right? Also would like to show the outcome when you learn Power BI. What will you learn? I want to show you that part. So in case we have a data and we have created like suppose 15 to 20 visuals, showing different things, showing different analysis, how to show that as a dashboard. So this is the final dashboard we would be able to create after we learn Power BI, right? So once I click on, these are buttons. When I click on profit category wise, it means I want to see the profit category wise. As soon as I click on it, I will get the respective answer, right? If I want to see the profit fall, I will get the respective answer. Similarly, there is a business query. Are my top 10 customers profitable? I want to check that. So as soon as I click on it, I get my answer. So this is how you can design your dashboard. This is Scroller, where some important information can be added like this. Like there is a breaking news section on the news channels, right? Everybody, have you seen that?
Yes, we can see. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a slicer. Whenever you click on a year, so the graphs basically changes for that particular year. So this dashboard is not static, it is dynamic, right? These are called row cards. It means if you want to show some information permanently there in front of you, like you want to see the sales till now permanently in front of you every time on your screen, or you want to see the profit, you can fix these figures as well. So as soon as you will update your base data, these figures will keep updating themselves. You do not need to do anything, right? And you can publish it anywhere. Like I have published it on my website. So if in case I'm a manager, I want to share this report with my team, I can publish it on a website, and from there they can have a look. You do not need to send them an email, or you do not want to keep it on some location like we do in corporates. Then we are keeping a file at a common location, then people are accessing it from there. Nothing like it. You can embed it anywhere. This is another feature. In case you want to go ahead into the details of these charts, then there are multiple pages also you can put, like I have added. See, so this is the outcome of Power BI. Now I will show you the Power BI environment. So this is the desktop.
So I have a question. Like this is quite similar to like what we've done in Tableau, in the sense that we are able to combine charts on that front as well. Plus, dashboard is thing is there also, and I think over there also we can have a non-static structure. So how would is it the cost thing which is there here? In fact, which makes it different and better than Tableau?
I think the ease factor is the part. Ease is the factor that we have to understand that we have to understand that okay. So
Yeah, can
this
you?
is
Yeah.
the Power BI. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So two factors are there. One is the easiness of Power BI. This is easy to use. This is for everybody. Tableau is not for everyone, right? And the
Right.
second factor is Tableau is known for analysis. Power BI is known for visualization.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the desktop version of Power BI. This is very, very simple. Like we have a ribbon, like we have in Excel, right? Filters, these are the visualizations. यहाँ पे, here, we will get the data, whatever we would be importing to analyze. And these are three things. Now I will explain these three things first. This is the data we have, whatever we import to analyze. This is data modeling, right? This data modeling section actually replaces VLOOKUP in Excel, okay? And this is the visualization section. These are the basic visuals, but now you can ask me only these visuals? No. When you click on these three dots, you would be connected to the Microsoft library. So what happens whenever any new visual is launched, it is launched in this library. Like we have Google Play Store, and from there we download the apps. So from this library, we can download the visuals and we can use. Because we cannot incorporate all the visuals here, so this particular section, three dots and library, has been created by Microsoft in this tool. This is page one. We can have multiple pages like Excel. When we have analysis on multiple pages, that is called multiple pages reports, right? So now I will show you how to get data into this. So we have a data of a superstore in US, which has branch like 48 states. Okay, and we have the data like ship mode, ship date, order ID, whatever we can have in a superstore database, like sales, profit, quantity, discount. You know what is the product, what is the category, what is the subcategory, product ID, everything we have, right? So it has three sheets: orders, returns. These are the order IDs which have been returned by the customer, and this is the data for 2018, and this table has the data till 2017, right? So we have this data, and in case we want to analyze this data, we will see how to analyze it in Power BI. So when we click on get data at the top, it is giving me a long list. So basically, these are the sources from where the data can be imported in Power BI, and it's huge, right? So we will take Excel. When we click on Excel and we say connect, it will ask me the location. So now it's giving me the option that which tab you want to import. So I have option to import any one tab as well. So in case I'm going ahead with orders, now all the columns of the table can be seen here. Can you see?
Yes. Yes, we
Right?
can. I can
Now
see.
notice this calendar in front of dates like order date, ship date. Did you notice this calendar? So this is artificial intelligence. Power BI understood it automatically that this is a date. So it has added a calendar, right? Another thing, it has added this date hierarchy automatically. When you drill it down, you can see year, quarter, month, and day. So basically, it has bifurcated the date field in year, quarter, month, and day also for us. So we can use it that way as well. Another thing, you can see this submission in front of some fields. So where we put submission. So whichever column we can actually manipulate. It should add many this submission sign, right? In case we can perform some calculation on a column, then only there would be a submission. So it has put it correctly in front of profit, quantity, sales, but we really do not need to perform any calculation on row ID, postal code. So we have to fix this thing. So this is called the artificial intelligence. It has understood these things itself. We have not done anything. We just imported the data. So how will we do that? We will go to the data tab. We will click on edit query. When we click on edit query, in Power BI, a table is called a query, right? That's why it says edit query. It will open up Power Query Editor. Now here we can edit this data. So like from the postal code, it says 123. It means it has understood postal code as whole number. But what we want to do, we want to define it as a text. Similarly, we can change the data type for row ID. So this is how we can change the, basically I wanted to show this thing. This is the row ID. We do not want to perform any calculation, we can make it text. Once we are done with fixing this thing, we can say close and apply. Right? Another thing, we can create maps in Power BI. So how to do that? How will Power BI understand that which is the country, which is the state, which is the region, right? So we need to take care of that part as well. Guys, is it clear so far?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. So anybody else? I think only one girl is speaking with me continuously and rest of the people are not saying anything. Anything else, guys? Okay. So you can see applied steps as well here. So this is basically the history. Whatever we have done, it will record it here, and on a click only we can undo the same as well. Right? So this is another good feature we have. Right, everybody?
Yes.
When we go to visualization section here, and now, for example, we want to plot a line graph. So when we will just simply click on the visual line chart, here the pop-up will come. Now we need to select columns using which we want to create or plot this line graph. So in case I say year and sales, it has created a line chart. It simply says 2014, 15, 16, and 17. Now what to do? Here we have this forecasting sections, analytics. When we go to forecast and we mention that show me the forecasting for another 5 years, for example, and I say apply, so it will show me the future sales, forecasted sales for coming 5 years. This is predictive analysis, right? And we have done nothing.
Right.
We have just selected the fields we want to use, and it did for us, right? So notice this thing that everything is happening on a click,
So
right?
does this also give option of recommended charts somehow? Like if like
No,
this is one.
this,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just asking because we when I've seen that on Tableau, so just confirming if we have that on Power BI
No,
also.
it does not offer that.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So another visualization we will talk about is question answer. So have you seen any analytics tool which is understanding your English and answering your question? See, there is a visualization Q&A. When we click on it, a window will come, and here we can put our question in English and it will answer through a visual. Like I'm saying, sales by segment. See, it has shown me the sales by segment, right? By default, it is picking up the stack chart, column chart, but if we mention the type of chart as well, it will do that as well. So I have set sales by segment as matrix. It has given me a matrix, right? So this is
That's
called understanding the natural language. And what is the logic here? How it's working? What do you think?
Um, Maybe it's trying to pick from the word that we put here, like whether
Yes,
it's a
actually,
matrix or whether it's
you need to
the
put the
proper
correct
English
column
word.
name on the table.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I'm saying, top five customers, right? It's giving me the answer. So it understands top five as well.
So is it taking the customers on the basis of the sales, number of units
Yes,
sold? Yeah.
yes, it is taking sales by default. You can see
Okay.
here, right? When we say profit by category, for example, or subcategory, it will give me that answer as well. So this is very, very interactive. Now, where to use it? What do you think? Where should we use it? Because you can see that it is not showing me that click in front of the column. Can you see this thing? It is not showing me that part. So how it's working?
Right.
So basically, when you have a huge data and you do not know what all to show to your manager out of it, what is so meaningful in this data. So instead of plotting graph and checking that and analyzing that, you can use this particular visual, and you can uh, actually define your understanding out of data. You can understand data using this by doing multiple things very, very quickly. Let's check this, let's check that. And once you have seen what is the analysis of this data, then you can plot the relevant visuals finally. So this is how it is used,
You mean to say
right?
that for management, to show it to the management, we can use this facility here,
We
like
can use
since
in the meetings also, we can use, right?
yeah.
And to understand the data for you as well when you are
Okay.
preparing the report, you can use
Right. Right.
this tool because it is very quick.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
And later on, you can actually plot the visuals you want, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so this is very, very interesting. Okay, now let's have a look at one more thing. We all have heard about the pie chart, right? From the childhood, we used to make this particular chart. Now I want to see sales state wise. So do tell me, is it making any sense? No, right?
No.
Because
No.
figures are so nearby to each other that it is not making any sense. So in Power BI, we have some visuals where we actually need to understand where to use them, when to use them, what type of data. So whenever we have huge data, what will we do? So just copy paste it one more time, put the control on this, and go ahead with tree map. Better? So basically in Power BI, pie chart has been replaced by tree map in case of huge data. Here you can understand it very, very quickly, nicely. It is making sense.
Yes. It's better.
It's better. So this is how we have multiple visuals available here. I will show you something which I have done this analysis. I want to show you a lot of advanced visuals which we have used to analyze this superstore data, and I want to show you that particular section. So let's wait for a minute. It's getting opened. This is a simple step bar chart. Okay. This is ask a question, which I showed to you. We can create such maps also in Power BI if we want to show data on the map. And the bigger the bubble is, the bigger the value is, right? Like we have shown profit, sales, state-wise on this particular map. So when we click on this bubble, what we see? This is another capability of Power BI, that we can have one visual as a tooltip on another visual. When we keep our cursor on this bubble, so that this box which is coming, this is called tooltip, right? By
Yes.
default, what happens? By default, it shows us the value using which we have plotted the graph. But in
Right.
Power BI, we can customize this tooltip and we can have another visual as a tooltip, right? Another thing, if you think that, can you see and analyze something in this particular map? Can you tell me something? What is your observation? Whenever you have a look at it for a minute also, what can you see? Something is very, very prominent here.
Yes, the green ones and the green
Green
ones.
ones are very less, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
basically, what does it tell to us? It tells that only these two particular areas are, ruling the data, right?
Right. Right.
So if some other state is also good, that has been hidden by these two states, right?
Yeah.
Like what happens, the top two toppers in the class, if they are very good, then the students who have actually performed good, we will not be able to see them. When we remove those toppers, then we feel that other students have also performed well. It's just that those two students have performed very well, right? So what can we do? We can exclude these two bubbles from the data, and then we can have a look at the data. Now more bubbles are green, right?
Right. Right.
So this can be done in Power BI. And those excluded states are here in the filter panel. Whenever we want, we can have them back by deleting them from here, right? Another thing, we have a slicer. This is called customized filter. So whenever we click on any value in the slicer, the other visuals actually change as per the selection. So this is called interactive charts or interactive visuals, dynamic visuals. And these actually get connected automatically. We are not connecting them manually, right? These are called cards, where we want a fixed information on a dashboard. These are called cards. This is a single row card because we have one value. This is called multi-row card because we have multiple values, right? This is tree map over pie chart, which I did in front of you. So this understanding is also very, very important, that which visual to use on which type of data. Then only you will be able to present your data meaningful, right? And that comes when you keep yourself updated with each and every visual being launched by Microsoft. Every month we get actually, 1 to 2 visuals launched by Microsoft. So keep yourself updated. There is a subscription section on the Microsoft site where you can put your email ID, and whenever there is a change or some addition, you will get notified. So keep yourself updated by subscribing to that particular newsletter, right?
Yeah.
With time, when you practice a lot, when you use Power BI a lot, you get a hang of it. So very, very quickly, as soon as you have a look at the data, you will get to know that I need to use this particular visual to show the data. So you'll get a hang of it. It needs practice, right? We have scatter chart as well. We are very, very familiar with this, but the best part is that here what is happening, we had loss as well, right? We suffered loss as well. But what we have done in the filter pane, we have added a condition that the profit should be greater than 0. So what it has done, it is showing me this line of 0, and all the customers who have given me the profit has only been shown here, no other customer. So this is how you can use this filter pane on visuals as well, right?
Okay. Okay.
This is line chart and forecasting, which I did in front of you. This is very, very interesting. If we do not have this capability here, how we used to do it in Excel, we always used to calculate the growth rate, then we will predict the future sales, and then we will create a graph, right? We used to do like that. So what is the logic? What is the theory it is applying to calculate the future sales value? What do you think? What is happening at the back end?
It's taking the historical data into consideration and applying the
Basically, it is doing trend analysis. Otherwise, to calculate the growth rate, there are multiple financial modeling models, right? We have DCF and stuff. but it is not using all that. It is doing trend analysis basically,
Okay.
right? So when we create a table here, uh, in this particular visual, I have tried to show that how a matrix, this is called matrix, is better than a table. So in case we have values like this, sales, segment, subcategory. So it is making no sense. So in Power BI, pivot table is called matrix. This is matrix, which is looking like a pivot table, right? So in Power BI, remember, pivot table is called matrix. This is the visual. Can you see my mouse here?
Uh, no, where it
Yes,
is?
yes.
This section, right side,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
visualization, and this is matrix. This is better than a table. So do not use a table, use matrix. It will give you better results. Okay. We have funnel chart. It is showing me the information how. What is your understanding out of this? I have plotted here what? Keep the control on this profit and subcategory. So what it is doing? These are subcategories: copiers, phones, accessories, paper, and what it has done. So basically,
Category with the maximum profit, it's showing subcategory with the
right,
maximum
it is
profit.
showing it at the top and then less, then less, then less. So basically, it is making a funnel, right? So you do not need to compare one category with another category manually, like we do in pivot table. It is done automatically using this particular visual. So basically, you just need to understand that why funnel chart is used, and then whenever there would be a need to do this sort of analysis, this can be used. So in case you are not aware there is any such visual, you will lose it. So awareness is very important in Power BI. You have to go through what all visuals are there and what is the use case. Then very quickly you can analyze the data. And you can see we are doing nothing. We are just selecting the fields and the result is coming. So in that case, there is no effort. The only efforts in Power BI are with respect to how to choose the visual. That's the only focus area. Ribbon, basically, when we create a chart like this is what? This is a stacked column chart. But what happens? Between 2000 to 14 to 15, it is not, there is a gap. But here what happens in the ribbon chart? It is showing me that change also in between. And when you keep your cursor here, it is giving me sales change percentage. Can you see it? So in case you do not want to miss on that percentage change, so instead of a stack chart, use ribbon chart. It will calculate that automatically for you. Got it?
No, can you explain this again once, ribbon chart?
Yes. Whenever we are creating this particular stack chart, so when we put cursor here, what can we see? We can see the fields using which we have created it, like order date,
Right,
segment, and sales, right?
right.
So between 2000 to 14 to 15, if we need to find out the change in percentage,
Okay, okay.
you have to do it, either manually,
Manually, yeah, yeah.
right? But in case you are using it using ribbon chart, what is happening? When you are keeping the cursor on this gap, basically this white gap has been
Right.
replaced by this is light blue.
Okay, okay,
When you
okay.
are keeping the cursor here, you are getting it automatically. This
Okay,
change.
got it.
Ma'am, ma'am, can
It
we
is
have
very
waterfall charts here?
yes, yes. I will show that. It's there in the next 4 slides.
Acha, okay.
Okay. So you can see here 2014 sales, 15 sales, then change, and then it is ranking also, right? This is hierarchy tree. Whenever you have something which has branches, like we had, grandfather, then father, then son, his son, that sort of data, then you can use this hierarchy tree.
Sort of for
Basically,
categories and subcategories also, right? Like
right.
we can
So
use it for.
basically, whenever you want to show the hierarchies, this is the best visual you can use. Okay. There is this advanced donut chart. So what is the difference between donut and pie chart? What do you think? Because they look similar. So whenever we click on this any year, the kind of animations it shows, it is very, very nice. So this is a normal donut chart. It looks like pie chart with a small difference. Scroller, which I showed to you in the dashboard, like a breaking news section. You can have it at the top, at the bottom, wherever you want.
Where did
You can
we
move
get
it.
this scroller from?
See,
Okay.
you will get it from the library. It's not part of basic visuals. By default, you will get basic visuals here. When you go to the library, let it load, I tell you.
Okay.
So here you will put scroller and you will get it. Once you add it, it will be added here. This is the one, right? This is waterfall chart you were asking. So what does waterfall chart does? So basically, have you seen any visual which shows you the fall automatically in red? Have you seen any such visual? People who do not know Tableau and who knows Excel, in Excel, have you seen that? No. So what does it does? Whenever there is a fall in the data, I'm not saying loss in profit. I'm not saying that. Whenever there is a fall as in last year you had 400, this year you got 300. This is a fall, although this is not negative. So it will show that figure to you in red color. So what is happening here? I have plotted profit segment wise. So these are the segments, right? And this is the profit. So what it is showing that in home office segment here in 2017 we had profit of 21 and in 16 we had 15. So basically it increased from 15 to 21. When we moved to this segment corporate, what happened in 2016? It was 31. In 2017 there is
It
a
fall.
fall.
There was a fall.
It is showing it in the red color and it does it automatically. So whenever you want to find out that fall, you can use this visual straight away.
Okay.
This is very interesting, right?
Yes.
Have you seen, 16 graphs on 5 clicks? So infographic designer is one visual. As the name suggests, infographic. I have selected these fields, region, sales, order date, and it is showing me the sales movement for these 4 regions year wise for each and every quarter. Nicely. On 5 clicks, you are getting 16 graphs at one place.
That's nice.
That's nice, right?
Yeah.
So in case, instead of, look at this date hierarchy, we have selected year and quarter, right? So instead of quarter, in case we are bringing month here, it will show it month wise. So choice is yours, how you want to show it,
Okay, but we need to change it from here, the legend portion, right? When we want to
right?
change it and show to the management. Okay.
Yes. And this is another visual, Aria. It was launched in February this year. So have you seen, generating text reports automatically? Usually we write text reports manually out of the understanding of data. But what happens here?
Okay. It is picking up automatically.
Yes, I show it to you how it works. See, when you go to the library and you search for Aria, it will come, add it. It has been added here, right? Click on
Yeah.
it. Now select the fields, columns of the table you want to analyze in a text report. So I'm saying sales and segment, for example. Now it is asking me to click on next, next, and I'm saying tell me everything and generate text. What will happen? It's going to give me information in a written format, right? And this is also dynamic. In case you are putting a slicer here, right? Order date, for example, year, and you are selecting here, then it is also interacting. So basically, this is also dynamic. A text report can also be a dynamic one, right? Have you
Right.
seen this word cloud earlier?
Yes.
So basically, it has been created on the basis of the value. The bigger the value is, the bigger the size of the word is.
Right.
This is another very interesting visual we have here, right? Tornado chart. If you want to compare two figures simultaneously, side by side, one on the left, one on the right, you can use this particular graphic. Phones, this particular category has been analyzed using profit and sales. So one side we have sales, on the right side we have profit, right? And side by side, it is giving me that particular comparison between sales and profit. It looks wonderful when we use it. So any two figures can be compared simultaneously. Bubble chart, if you want to see this sort of, visual, that one category, then its subcategories, then the sales in those subcategories. So everything has been told by the size of the bubble. Did you notice this?
Yes. So
Right?
why we have taken three bubbles, like three of them?
Three bubbles because we have three segments: consumer, corporate, home office, and these have then further. See, click on it, you will get to know what we have plotted. So sales, segment, and subcategories. So every segment has subcategories.
Right.
So that have been shown, and the size of the bubble has been taken depending upon the sales value.
Okay.
Okay. This is how we have created customized tooltip. So whatever we want to put as a customized tooltip, we have to create it as a separate chart, and then this can be incorporated as a tooltip.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in a corporate, do we really get assignments like we used to get in class? No. In class, our teacher used to say, calculate profit, calculate sales, show this on x-axis, show this on y-axis, and that was the simplest assignment we have ever done, right? But what happens in corporate? I'm giving you a data, this same data, Superstore data, and I'm asking you that please tell me using a visual, okay? That are my top 10 customers profitable? I'm asking this, and you need to answer this using a visual. I do not want any text report. I do not want any thesis, any theory, nothing. I'm saying just plot a visual which should show, are my top 10 customers profitable? How will you do it? So this is the kind of problems we face in corporate, and this is how Power BI helps us. That we can actually create a single visual answering the question, answering the business problem. So this is the answer. What we have done here. See, whenever we say top 10 customers, by default, we always take sales, right?
Right.
But this is wrong. In case somebody has given us the highest sales of 20,000, but we have suffered a loss, then also will you say that this is your one of the top 10 customers? No, I will not say that. Right? So basically, we need to calculate the profit margin also. And then we need to find out. In this case, what is happening? This stack chart, these bars are showing me the customer name with the sales. So the
Right.
longest bar is this one, which is C Miller with the sales of 25,000. But look at the profit margin line. This is the profit margin line. This is giving me a loss, 7.91 negative. So this particular visual is answering my question in a single, this space, no text report, nothing. So who has given me the highest profit margin?
This
This
first
particular
one.
question,
Yeah.
Tamara.
Tamara.
So this is how you need to answer. Like we have formulas in Excel sheet, here we have DEX, data analysis expressions, using which we use formulas and we can calculate profit margin and we can perform other calculations as well. And then using the secondary axis here. On the primary axis, I have plotted sales. On the secondary axis, I have plotted the profit margin and I got my answer. Right?
So this is how did you do this dual access thing?
See, this is very simple. Here, these three sections, can you see?
Yes.
This first section is where you need to drop your columns, whatever you want to plot, right?
Okay.
This second section is formatting, from where you can change the background color of the chart, the
Right.
bar chart color, this color, that color. This third section is for the forecasting, right? We use for forecasting, predictive analysis basically. This
Yes.
is analytics. So this first section actually gives you this option.
Okay.
I actually selected this particular visual. which has line and stack column chart both.
Okay, we got it. Okay.
So as soon as I selected it, it opened the relevant fields for me here,
Hmm.
and then I can drag the value.
Okay.
Okay. So once you are done with all this analysis, you have created all the whatever charts you want, then you can design your final dashboard like this. You can create buttons, you can create a slicer, whatever you want to put in your final report, you can design here, and then you can publish it. Once you publish it from here, publish this button, it will go to your cloud, which you have created using your either work email or educational email, which I covered in the basic slide. Then it will be published there, and from there you can give access to it to any of your friend, your team members, your manager, anybody. This is how it goes in Power BI. So this is the basic session I wanted to take today, so that I can spread this awareness how this is an effective tool.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If you
Yeah.
want, I can mail this basic file to all of you in case you want to have it look at your home as well. So this is what I wanted to show. Apart from that, we have actually recorded this entire Power BI course with us in 51 videos. I have recorded the sessions step by step. You know what is Power BI, how it is better than Tableau, how it is better than Excel, everything. So, and we have added them here. I show it to you. Just wait for a minute. And if you want to buy the entire course, you can do that. So we have two offers in that. One is we are selling the recording 51 lectures for 1080. In case after the recording sessions you have queries and you want to take a 30 minutes query session as well, then the charges are 1440. Right?
Okay.
So this is, and if you want to have a look at the demos, how the recording would be, if you want to check your understanding, then we have this LMS available, learn.testformula.com, where you can see the demos as well. So once you go to the Power BI, you will be able to see these demos. Demo 7 topics. So these videos you can play and you can check the quality and
Kirti, वो दियो.
everything. Right? So this is available. Right, guys?
Okay.
Okay. So this is all about today. I have asked my team to make a WhatsApp group for all the registrations. I think a lot of people did not join because of any reason. So I would be posting this on the group as well. In case you find it interesting, you can let me know. We will be sharing our contact number as well there as well. Okay.
Sure. Sure. Thanks for such great information.
Thank you so much. So this is all for today. And in case you want any other help from my side, you can let me know. And if somebody wants, I will be sharing the recording as well. For this
LMS portal website.
LMS
Portal.
Yes, this is the LMS portal we have. I would be dropping in the email on the WhatsApp group. Don't worry, you'll get it.
Okay.
Okay. So we have other courses as well. Similarly, we have Complete Excel where we have 110 videos where we have covered Power Query. We have, which was launched in 2019. I think everybody is aware,
Yes.
right? We have Power Query in Excel as well. So
Right.
we have
Right.
a lot of such courses, and we are actually promoting it like this. We are giving free sessions of 1 hour so that it's not people get fair idea on how it goes. Right? So we have a lot
Yes.
of
Yes.
you can see, but this one is very interesting, and we are getting good response for Power BI. And when we talk about this recording and recording plus live, we have really not got any case so far that says that we actually have any query after the recording, because the module is very comprehensive. The English has been used for everybody. There is no hi-fi English and accent issues, and everything is in
So is
SQL. There is an
there is a
assignment also.
certification for Power BI as well? I've heard that like for companies, they are getting their employees do some certification also. I
Yes.
think 757 777 something like that. So like does this also would help in like passing that kind of certification also?
See, are you talking about DA 100 exam?
Uh, yeah, for the Power BI, I think I don't remember the name of the exam. It's a certification
What
exam
you
for
asking
Power.
about the certification exam by Microsoft, right?
Yes,
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 yes.
yes, right.
The name of the exam is DA100. Okay. So if you want to check what it is all about, I can guide you. Just give me a minute. I'm opening up a link.
Okay.
See, I write a lot of blogs. Okay. So once you search Power BI on my website, you will get these blogs, Tableau or Power BI, which is the market leader. You can read the entire comparison. This is the one you are talking about. DA100.
7778 actually. 70 certification 70778.
There are a lot of certification by Microsoft, but this is the latest one. I think that has been replaced by this.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the latest one. DA100 exam, way to become Microsoft certified in Power BI. So this is the entire guidance. You can read here what they ask, what is the exam pattern and everything. But for that, you need to actually understand the basic thoroughly. The concepts should be very, very clear. And then you can prepare for their exam. This is how you need to move ahead,
okay. So
right?
these lectures would help us to, prepare for these kind of certifications also, if
Yes, these
not we have a lot of
lectures
time.
actually make you technical strong because
Okay,
they cover everything, everything. Very comprehensive movie.
okay,
The feedback is very good because we have shown like 15 to 20 advanced visual and we have kept our focus on selecting the right visual because that is very important. Once you are analyzing the data and you are not getting the result, the only reason behind it is you are not aware of the visuals it has,
right, right.
right? So this is all I wanted to talk about. Anybody has any queries, please go ahead.
Nope.
No, okay. So I would be making a WhatsApp group and floating the information there as well. You can connect back to us for any kind of help.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot to you. Yeah, yeah. Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, bye.
absolutely. Thank you.